Hi, Haley Jensen here with Dog Pro Secrets. Good girl. I'm here today with Lexi, and I just want to introduce the video companion to my free report that you probably received, The Perfect Puppy in 4 Minutes a Day or Less. And I'm just going to give you a visual demonstration, just kind of show you how to introduce these commands to your puppy. If you've gone through the report, you know that I really emphasize 4 commands. And there's a lot of things that you can teach your dog, and there's a lot of things that are really great and even important to teach your dog. But there's really only 4 things that are essential. You know, and I've thought about this a lot over the years. I've witnessed it a lot with families, and kind of what I'm finding is, just from evidence of typical dog ownership and the typical struggles that people have, most people have a lack of control when it comes to their dogs. Most people have behavior problems that are contributing to discord in the home, and that's not what we want. You know, that's not what we envisioned in our mind when we brought a dog or a puppy into our home. And so you know, teaching your dog to walk on a loose leash, awesome behavior. It'll go a long ways towards building your relationship. It'll go a long ways towards contributing to obedience. But at the end of the day, it does take a lot of diligence on your part, which is a great thing. It's not that I'm advocating not to do that. But if you just don't have the time, if you just only have enough, if you're like me and you only have enough brain power to squeeze in a few things, you know, there's tools that you can use if your dog pulls like a bear. There's tools that you can use to help you walk your dog on a loose leash, and that everybody can be happy and nobody's a danger or risk to anybody else. Same thing with down and fetch or drop it or crate or go to bed or some of the other things that a lot of us really like to teach, and they're really nice and they're really handy. But when it boils right down to it, if you just need a good, solid, obedient dog, and you only have enough time in your day, we're all busy, we all have crazy life schedules, you know, we all have a lot of things to worry about, and if you only have enough time to think about some core behaviors, if you can nail these core behaviors, you can have a very obedient, very under control dog, who can be a delight to your family and a joy to own, and who themselves are very well rounded and secure in their role as your companion. 4 behaviors, that's it. What do you see, huh? What do you see? And so that's really kind of at the core of what I want to teach you with this segment. And it's going to be 4 different segments. I'm going to go through watch me, come, sit, and stay. And I'll just go ahead and start with watch me. And like I talked about in my article, watch me can be a very, very powerful behavior. And the reason for that is because dogs are naturally, they have a one-track mind. Whatever they are looking at is 100% what they're thinking about. They're not like us, who can be looking at one thing and thinking about something completely different at the same time. So having a tool to be able to get your dog's eyes very, very quickly, 100% of the time, every single time, is a very, very powerful tool. And this is a behavior that you can start right from when they're very little. You probably, looking at this puppy, you've probably noticed that she's not a teeny tiny puppy. I would guess, I don't know for sure, but I would guess she's probably in the range of 11 or 12 weeks of age. And that's really a good age to start introducing some of your commands like stay and down and stuff. But you can start teaching watch me right from when they're teeny tiny. It doesn't require much effort on their part. It doesn't require them to control themselves very much at all. All they have to do is snap their eyes up to you and look at you. And then you mark that and reward it. And that's all you want from them. And I really recommend that you practice this several times a day for no reason other than just to follow up with a very high value reward for them, so that it's always worthwhile for them to break whatever they're doing and look at you. So you want to pick a random time when her attention is not on you. When she's sniffing the grass, I'm just kind of leave her alone, or maybe give her something to sniff out on the ground here. Watch me. Okay, good girl. And you want to say watch me in kind of an attention-getting tone of voice, kind of a chirpy, upbeat, something that would get anybody's attention. And you want to time this really well. And this is a component that's kind of critical to all dog training, is you've got to time it well, because their memory only, their associations only last for a couple of seconds at the most. So if you mark it and you say, okay, and then you say, good girl, a couple seconds later, she's going to think she's getting rewarded for sitting down or licking your hand or sniffing the air or whatever it is she's doing the second she gets the reward. So you need to make sure that you mark it, and I use okay as a marker, and reward it the second her eyes snap up to you. Watch me. Okay, good girl. Good girl. And just keep treats around your house. This is another big thing that I teach. You know, keep things by the door, keep things by the crate, keep things in the fridge, keep a little tidbit on the windowsill, on the counter. It's going to be obnoxious to have that stuff sitting around while your dog is a puppy, but it's not as obnoxious as having a dog that's not trained. And you've got to use a high value reward when you're starting out. Watch me. Watch me. Watch me. Okay, good girl. Good girl. And that was a good example. If you try giving the command, if you try saying watch me and she ignores you, you don't want to beat it to death and keep saying it again and again and again without her following through, because that'll teach her not to follow through. So if you do it once or twice and she doesn't follow through, she's obviously honed in on something that's really capturing her attention. And if you notice, what I did is I kind of drew her away from that, what she was chewing on. She's got a bone here. There. So I drew her nose and her attention away just briefly, just long enough that I knew that when I said, watch me, in that tone of voice, that I would get her attention quickly. And then I could hurry and mark and reward it and turn her back loose to doing whatever it is she wants to do. She's still too young and immature to be expecting her to keep looking at me for any length of time. And that's a critical component when working with little puppies too. Puppies that are 8, 9, 10 weeks of age. You can't expect them to look at you and hold their attention on you for any amount of time. That's like expecting that kind of a behavior from a toddler or a baby. They're going to look at you, and if you don't have something really juicy or fun to offer them for the next second or so, then they're going to go chase something elsewhere, and that's fine. You can work with that, but you've got to get them snapping their attention to you quickly. And so anyway, that's how to introduce Watch Me, and that's the first of our 4 core commands, which are watch me, come, sit, and stay.